All right,
Always number one.
so growing up Asian American, I think like as a funny thing to analyze. This is the idea of this kind of going around a little bit, so it might be fun to talk about. But like, for instance, when I was in high school, there are times when it's not as cool to have the ratio of Asian American be higher on the Asian part. It's cooler for it to be higher on the American side, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be too fobby.
Exactly. So the idea of being too fobby, I guess like how has that line moved for you in your life and why did you have to move it? Like why did you have to look less fobby or more fobby at times? And what is the optimal amount of being Asian American? Like, when you say you're Asian American, are you really 50-50 Asian American or are you like 70-30 where you're more American or you're more Asian?
I didn't really feel Asian. Oh, okay.
Well, you look like it.
Oh, really?
I didn't think Asian was one group, is what I mean. I felt like everyone had their own thing. It wasn't one thing. So like, but I also think because I grew up in Gardena, there's so many Asian kids, and Japanese had enough people to where you're like, and then there's also hella Americanized Japanese, where like they still did the festivals and but they're super Americanized, right? So no one was like clowning on each other.
That never happened?
Not really. I mean, black kids would like do the chinky eyes, and then the Mexican kids would call us like China or whatever. But like we make fun of them too, and then we're like, you're stupid because you think we're all Chinese. You don't know the difference. But
That never worked too.
we were a minority enough because it's like if 40% of the kids there are like Asian, and then like the other 30% is like black and Mexican.
So no Japanese people ever made fun of another Japanese person for being more Japanese. That's pretty tight because like
I saw Chinese or like Vietnamese like calling other guys fobs. And I heard the more fobby shit when I moved to San Gabriel Valley, and it was Chinese people calling other Chinese people fobs.
that's
Like I didn't really hear Japanese people calling each other fobs, and then there was none of this like to the culture shit. Like I remember my Chinese friends were embarrassed of the incense and the Chinese culture shit, whereas like whether you're Americanized or not, for the Japanese kids, they're like, oh, you're going to Obon, or like you're going to this festival, or like you're doing this thing, and then
I never actually met a lot of Japanese or any Japanese guys back in the day that were like fresh out of Japan.
it's Boys' Day. You wear the kimono shit. You just wear the thing. But then I remember a lot of my Chinese friends, they didn't want to wear like the kung fu outfit, the silk thing. They didn't want to do the Chinese New Year. They were just kind of like more like, oh, I want to be more American. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that is the topic that I'm trying to focus on, is this the idea of like, did you ever yourself feel like doing this to the left?
I think if I were to go through my ages, it would be, I think, up to 5, 100% American.
100%.
I don't even think I knew what being Asian or Mexican or, we're just kids. And I think when I was 5 or 4, we moved to Cerritos. And then I think then the Asians started coming in because you start understanding like people are slightly different. Yeah. And then I think from elementary school all the way up until maybe even freshman year in high school, my Asian meter wasn't so much Asian American, but finding where the Chinese American identity fit within the rest of the Asians. The dominant ones in Cerritos at that time was Korean or Filipino. So Chinese felt like the odd one out. And then so like I didn't really know like how that really like fit in, or it was just like it wasn't really strong. And I think a lot of Chinese Americans don't really have that super strong identity that I felt like Koreans had, because they had like this whole culture about it. And then Filipinos were just super cool, and I feel like Chinese was like kind of just like, oh, like beef and broccoli, like it's like, oh, it's Panda Express, it's like something that's been in the back burner, but it's not the new thing now. I feel like Koreans were the new thing now.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, like everyone knows Chinese because like 80s movies and Bruce Lee, but that's fucking old news,
Yeah.
It's like navigating that. Then I came to the 626, and I think that was like Asian went like that because like the whole area is Asian, and it was like super like what is it like? There's boba shops everywhere. Like it had its own type of speak. Even like I feel like the Mexicans there had to assimilate into like the Chinese, Vietnamese culture that was there. Yeah. And then when I got into the military, because I went back to being minority Asian, I didn't feel like I was Asian in the military. I felt like I was SGV in the military. Okay. So for some reason, I felt like I had to like represent for the 626 in the military.
Yeah, you're carrying that flag.
Yeah, I was like, that was me. And then I think JK, super Asian American, because we're like, oh, let's do like stuff, make Asian American content, put it on the map. But then as I got older, it goes back to being American, or it actually goes back to just being like world citizen. Actually,
yeah, okay,
yeah, that's where like my like sliding.
I think that's a good like kind of experience. I think shared experience for LA Asians. I feel like what I see in Hawaii is the same thing, where like when you have a population of a lot of us, then you're kind of like representing your region. And then like in Hawaii, like no one talks about being Asian because everyone's just Asian. Yeah. They talk about being Hawaiian or like local, or like when they go out to represent, a lot of these Asian kids that are from Hawaii that live in Vegas or whatever, they represent Hawaii culture. Like, you know what I mean? They're not like, they might be Chinese, Korean, Japanese mixed or whatever it is, but they're not talking about Asia. They're talking about Hawaii. Yeah. And I feel like for us was more like that.
Yeah, because when I hear about what a lot of the Bay Area Asians complain about, I don't relate to anything you guys are fucking saying.
What do they complain about?
Fucking representation, all that fucking whack.
Oh, you talking about like San Francisco Asians?
Yeah, just like, you know how everything's about like, oh, I'm not fucking Denzel Washington because I got chinky eyes, or like
it's a lot of neck sharkers out there.
Kind of shit. I just don't relate to any of that stuff, dude. Like, I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't relate to that either.
That's you guys, dude.
It just feels like that's what they're only vocal about is like Asian roles. It's like, all right, dude, that's what.
Well, it seems like that's the only thing they can look at. It's like, oh, I didn't get this. It must be because I'm Asian.
But then when you see everyone talking about it, like, what I don't understand is a lot of them talk about like Asian this, Asian that, but it's just Chinese culture. Like most of them that are talking are either Chinese or Korean. That's the people that got the microphone. Like it's not a Filipino or a Thai person. Like the dominant people that are either in entertainment or like the people that are like speaking out or whatever, they're like making this blanket thing about this is how Asians are. But I'm like, nah, dude, like Japanese people aren't like that. And I don't know if Thai people are like that, but I know Chinese are. Like Chinese grew up this way because they're talking about a Chinese experience. That's always what I felt like growing up. I was like, we're grouped up into one group, but we're actually not. It's as different as being from Britain and Russia. Their cultures are not, they look white, but it's pretty far apart, you know? So I think we just get forced into one group. And then there's similar things that tie together, like Confucianism and, you know, like there's certain similarities, but like there's a lot of differences. Because if you think about like a Hmong kid's upbringing and like they're usually like they live in like a rural place, not in a bigger city. Yeah. And then like they're not high income, you know, it's going to be different from a Taiwanese kid that lives in Arcadia. Yeah. So I'm like, the Asian experience is so diverse. Yeah.
I always thought Filipinos were closer to Polynesians. How do you feel about that? Do you guys feel like you're more Asian or more close to Polynesian?
It's interesting because I think it's just where you grow up. Because like, obviously, going to high school at SGV and then growing up in 562, from when I was in the 562, I thought Filipinos were basically Mexican, just the Asian version of Mexicans. It's just only because they're so close in proximity in the 562 that it just naturally they just get along, and I just felt like that.
I always thought Filipinos were small Samoans,
but they are technically islanders. They're island nations, so they are gonna have those traits. But I think in terms of culture. Like if you like growing up, every one of my aunt's houses was full of Chinese shit. Yeah. The Buddhas, everything. So like I think like when you grow up in Southern California as Filipino, it's very intermingled with Chinese in a lot of ways. Even though we didn't have as many Chinese people like marry into our family. Culturally, I don't know why we just were like that.
They would tell me like their grandma's like a quarter Chinese or something. I'm like, are you sure?
Oh, they have a lot of Chinese like what do you call it? Like altars and stuff, or like what do you mean like Chinese stuff?
Like the decor, first of all, like it'll just be those fucking mirrors with the
Oh wow!
and then every one of my aunts had a Buddha statue
Oh wow!
on the actual like on the side table as you walk in. Lots of we ate lots of Chinese food. You know, like nobody even mentioned one time what Tongans or Samoans did or were. Like that's just it's very far removed, I think, for LA. I think for LA and for SoCal, unless you're in Long Beach, it's probably a different thing. But I just don't think there were enough Samoans or Tongans to cross paths with. I think you're gonna cross more paths with Chinese people and
Did you not feel American enough, or like what was your bar of like?
I think my bar was well, it was different because in the 90s it was very important to not come across as a fob, which is kind of funny because now it's like that stigma I feel like is gone, and it's kind of like we can appreciate our heritage. But back in the day, it was like you had a big difference between Filipino fobs and Filipino Americans, where like you were actually born here versus you just got here and you kind of just, I think you just didn't want to associate. So there was a lot of bullying for sure, where you just made fun of Filipino fobs right away because it just reminded you of the old shit. Like you think of your parents as fobs, you think of the aunties and uncles as fobs. So when you meet someone your age that's acting like them, you're like, oh, bro, you don't even know what I'm talking about. And there's no reason to think there's that big of a distance, but I think you just saw that as being a less attractive thing. So you didn't want to get caught up with that. So you would always make sure that you don't hang around with them, or it's pretty fucked up, but that's the 90s, it was weird. But I think like after high school, your slider just kind of goes back to normal because you don't have to care as much about that anymore. And then I think now it really doesn't matter. I don't think there really is any reason to feel like,
globally connected now.
You're like full American or full, like, what are you like?
I think culturally I'm definitely more American than Filipino.
Yeah.
I can't even deny that. Like, and then the biggest reason for that is just how much Tagalog I know. How often I go to the Philippines. I don't. Like I've been maybe like 4 times, but I'm not going there to be part of it in a way. You're visiting, but you're not going there to like be.
Yeah, you're not going home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't think I even have a place to be like, oh, I'm like so Filipino. Like I'm definitely not. I don't, unless you can tell when I'm on the phone with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've just been here too damn long. Yeah.
Think about it. We're it's like if we're no different from like, I don't know, like a Greek immigrant that came in and then their kid was like, that's like our generation. Yeah. Several generations down, it's gonna be like there's no ties to Asia. It's just the blood is Asian. That's it.
Funny because like rather than think of myself as like Filipino American, I see it more like I'm the Filipino version of an American.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I feel more comfortable with that.
That's how I feel.
Because I am American, but I'm not gonna be like fucking Clark next door.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be a lot different. But a guy like me who also grew up like me will relate to me very, very well. Like you're the Filipino version of an American dude. That's how
we go. When we travel, right? Like Europeans don't look at us as Asians. No, yeah. They call us Americans. Yeah. Or like if you go to Asia, they don't call us Asian Americans. They just call us Americans.
Yeah. So. Right. And I'm not like proud of it either way. It's just how I ended up. Like I can't help it. Like
born here, like what the fuck?
And I was basically commanded to be that way by my family. It's not like the way that, I don't know if Chinese people raise this in a different way, but like Filipinos, when they got here, wanted assimilation for their kids very well. They wanted the kid to not be detected as like an outsider. They wanted their kids to fit in, to just blend in. Don't cause any trouble. Just be like everybody. If they're doing that, do that. And like just be, like for the most part, that's me and my friends growing up. They're all Filipino American. We all had the same thing where it's like, just fucking get the net, like get with the shit so that you're a contender against it. You know what I mean? If you're not even able to, you know, blend in, then you can't surpass it either. That's how it kind of like felt. You gotta learn the game before you can fucking play it. So that's just sort of how it was. My parents never spoke Tagalog to me. They didn't teach me that shit at all. I didn't learn any of it until I started going to the Philippines. But I'm not like ashamed or embarrassed of it either way. It's just kind of the net result, you know?
Yep.
The way the cookie crumbled, dude. Thank you. The way the ube cookie crumbled.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
I mean, regional.
That's the hollow. That's how the hollow cereal crumbled.
Hollow melts.